Leon Edwards, London calling, my man. Top of the bill, naming lights, main event. That must feel good.
It feels amazing. Last year was a co-main event, now I'm the main event, so I am very happy to come back to my homeland and to show my fans what I've been working on, and to be headlining as well. It's amazing, you know what I mean? So it's a dream come true, and I would grab with both hands.
Does it make it extra special that you're fighting a former welterweight world champion as well?
It's the next best thing for me at the moment. Some consider him one of the best of all time, right? Mm-hmm. Alongside likes of GSP, and so to get your name mentioned amongst them, you have to have done something good, you know what I mean? So I am very happy to be able to go out there and answer questions this fight, and can I wrestle, can I keep the pace with him, you know what I mean? And I truly believe in my hearts of hearts that I am the better man, and I'm looking forward to proving that.
How's the last year been for you? Have you found it quite frustrating? Because it seemed to go on, the negotiations for this particular fight, and whether he would or whether he wouldn't come to London, and whether it would be the main event.
Yeah, for sure. As far as fights go, I think last year has been more for me, is conviction. It built my belief in myself even more than what it was. Just going against people like RDA, he's a former world champion. People like Gunnar Nelson, he's one of the best grapplers in the division, you know what I mean? And just more conviction last year as far as fighting goes. Just knowing that all my self-belief and all my hard work that I'm doing back home with my team, it's all paying off, and what I'm thinking is right in my head, you know what I mean? And so that's all it is. I take all that learning curve from last year and bringing it into this fight, into this year, and just more conviction that I can be a world champion, and I will be a world champion this year.
As we look back at the last 12 months, this time last year we were having press conferences for UFC London. You were taking on Gunny, obviously Darren was taking on Jorge on that particular one. There were a lot of back and forth between you and Darren that particular day. A lot of fans were getting pumped about it, you know, and maybe took his side more than they took your side.
For sure, yeah.
How did that affect you? Because I remember you walking to the octagon that night, and there were boos.
Yeah, it was. It was like a mad thing, right? It's like his crowd, and he's getting booed, but I was like the hometown guy as well. He's like cheering Gunny and booing me, and which it was a weird thing, but at the time it was like I blocked it all out, and then it's like more of you will see them, you know what I mean? He's number one, and I think as time go on, it's proved that I am the number one guy in the UK, you know what I mean? But fair play to Darren, he did what he needed to do, and he's moved to middleweight. He had a great debut at middleweight, and I wish him nothing but the best.
Mm. Off the back of that event, obviously we all saw what happened backstage with Jorge. Yeah. You must have thought at the time of that happening, I mean, we love narratives. In this sport, we love narratives. The narratives seem to have been written.
Exactly.
That you and Jorge would at some point meet relatively soon off the back of UFC London. Was it disappointing that never materialised? Yeah,
for sure. Especially what happened backstage, you know what I mean? I thought the fight would have gotten made straight away, really, you know what I mean? And just to see how it played out, that we're basically both in two separate ways in our careers. But I feel that fight will happen down the line, and probably better now happening this year for a world title or challenging for a world title, you know what I mean? So his day will come, and I'll look forward to putting the beating on him.
Give me your take on how that all played out.
For me, just more, I don't know what it is, just don't like each other. He don't like me, I don't like him, but I was too relaxed after the win. I think I got the win, and I was so relaxed. I wasn't even thinking about him touching me, you know what I mean? And he did what he did backstage, and then that was it. I haven't seen him since, and that's it really. There's nothing much you can take from it, just what happened.
What provoked him? Did you say something? Did you?
No, because before the fight, it was both saying whoever wins the main or co-main event, they'll fight each other for number one contender spot in July. Mm-hmm. So that's all I said. I said, okay, after you knocked out Darren Till, I beat Gunnar Nelson. I was walking past on the camera, I was like, I'll see you in July, and that was it. There's what did he say? So I'll fight, we'll see you in July. I was just walking over. I don't know why my brain switched off, but I just switched off. I was in that celebrating mood, and I wasn't thinking about fighting, and then what happened, right? And that's it. Nothing much you can say about the situation. It's all in camera, and what is there will come, and we'll see when we'll see each other.
Like you said, that's a frustrating period, obviously, because the narrative seemed to have been set.
Yeah, exactly.
For you to have met. Before I talk about your year, what do you make of then what he did for the rest of the year?
He done good. What can you say? He's done what he needed to do. You know what I mean? He made the right noises, got the right fights that he needed to take, and We done well. We done well. I think, like I said, they make us for a bigger fight now. So it probably was best that it happens this year, not like last year. You know what I mean? So fair play to him, but when we meet, I would 100% beat him, and I cannot wait for that day.
I like the twinkle in your eye.
I can't wait.
From obviously that particular point, with that fight not being made, we then have a period of time of wondering what you're going to be doing and where you're going to be going. And there's a lot of fans, obviously, that know their MMA who are clambering. Listen, this is a guy now that has got the win streak that you've got. There's only Kamaru that's got a similar,
above me,
similar record. That must have been a frustrating period of time building up to, say, the RDA fight.
Yeah, for sure. It's I've realised, Adam, that I was more trust my journey, right? Like, don't force it. Like, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. One stage I was like thinking, man, why not me? Why it take so long? You know what I mean? And like frustrating myself in camp, you know what I mean? So now I just realised that I am a big believer in faith, and I just believe that when it's my time, and it will come. And I truly believe that this fight right now, I'm fighting Woodley. Probably fought him like 4 or 5 fights ago. I probably wouldn't have been ready, you know what I mean? But now I am ready, I am seasoned. I have fought some of the best out there. I've out-grappled Gordon Nelson, I've outstruck RDA, and I took all that confidence into what I'm going to do now in March, you know what I mean? And so I truly believe that faith and God, and this is my time right now. This is where I'm meant to be at this time. So I probably wanted it, but that wasn't God's plan, and this is my plan. This is His plan now for me to fight the main event. So this is what I believe in my heart of hearts, and that's what that would happen.
You're not a trash talker.
No.
And we're seeing guys do the trash talking and get opportunities maybe ahead of yourself. Did you ever think to yourself, I might just
trash talk.
I might just throw something out on social media and see what happens, you know?
Not really. I think it's not natural to my being, right? So for me to get up tomorrow morning and start winning a roll, like muscle loaded and with no top on and stuff, it's like a weird thing to do.
You look good in a bit of a tattoo.
I look good in a roll, but it's not me, you know what I mean? And I'll just keep doing my thing, keep winning. You cannot deny success, right? You cannot deny winning. You just keep doing your doing. Stay true to yourself and you will achieve gold. It might take longer to achieve it, but the longer road might be the better road for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As many athletes come up, they rush them to the top and then they get knocked out and lose, and now where they are, where they at, you know what I mean? So maybe for me, this is my road I should take, you know what I mean? If it doesn't come natural to me, it's just not me.
Where does that mentality come from? Where does that faith come from? What's in your background that maybe has moulded you to think that way, that God has a plan and He's going to, when it's ready, it'll happen?
I think for me, just from my background, where I came from, and I was like born in Jamaica. I came from poverty, I came from a broken home, and I think all this just came from all my faith and my thinking. I think it came from my upbringing, the struggles I had to go through, and just how far I've came in my life, that it has to be for a purpose. You know what I mean? There's no reason why I came this far for no reason. Like, there must be a reason behind it, and I truly, so I put my faith. I'm a big believer in God, and I'll put my faith in that what's meant to be will be, and if what's written for you is written for you, no matter what way you want to go around it, that's what's going to happen to you. And as long as you dedicate yourself and truly believe in your heart that you are number one, and that nobody can defeat you, and I truly believe that I am number one. I think it's proven time and time again. Every time I fight, I get better and better, you know what I mean? And I always rise to the challenge every time, and this will be another challenge I have to answer, another question. I have to see if I'm good enough to beat Woodley, and I know I'm good enough, so now I'm just proving it to the world.
How old were you when you left Jamaica?
I'd probably say 6, 7, probably. That's quite young.
You got a little one now?
Yeah, a little boy.
Probably around the same age when you left Jamaica, Is that right? He's about 6, 7 years old?
Yeah, he's 7. He's 6 years old, he's 7 in March. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you remember of your time in Jamaica?
I had a pretty decent childhood from what you came from, you know what I mean? It was normal. So looking back now, it probably weren't normal. But when you was younger, because everyone around you is living the same way. You're all basically living in poverty, basically. We all live the same way. So all the kids was all. I was like the first person in my area to have like a bicycle. and that was like a big deal for me, you know what I mean? And so I think it was, my mom and dad did a great job, and my dad came to the UK and then brought me, my mom, and my Fabian, my brother, to the UK, and then we started living in Birmingham. But I had a good childhood from what I remembered, and probably looking back now, I probably weren't the best, but for me, it was good.
From my own experience of visiting Jamaica, right, the thing that strikes me the most is the disparity between what is luxury compared to what is poverty. I mean,
exactly. There's no middle, right?
No, absolutely, there's no middle whatsoever. And the thing that took my breath away is when you arrive in, let's say you go into a nice hotel or whatever it may be, but on the road to that nice hotel, you see tin shacks, you see very, very shanty places. Yeah,
for sure, and that's where I came from, right?
I know that you're playing it down, but that's what I want people to kind of understand. When you're saying poverty, you're talking proper poverty. Tin shack, one room.
Yeah, for sure. Right? So, like from my house, for example, was when I was born, it was like wooden walls, zinc roof, and in that one shed, like shack, that was your living room, your bathroom, your kitchen, your dining, everything is in that one shack, right? But like I said, it was pretty normal I didn't see it as no other way, apart from TV. So it was hard, but like I said, I had great parents that always gave me the best, that what they could give me, and I was fortunate enough to be able to come to the UK and to make a better life for myself, and my mum did and my dad did, you know what I mean? So it was hard, but I learned a lot of great lessons from hardship, and this is what I take it to my fight career. So like I said, I believe it happened for a reason. Maybe if I didn't come from that, maybe I wouldn't have been as good as a fighter, you know what I mean, mentally. So it's all for a reason, and I believe that's my reason.
We're going to talk about your mum in a minute, because she's the one that introduced you in a way to MMA. We're getting you in the gym and what have you, didn't she? And getting you on that right path. But I want to talk about your dad, if that's all right, for a moment or two, because whilst you were over in Jamaica, I mean, you've spoken about it before, that he was quite a notorious character. He was well known. Yeah,
for sure.
Over there.
Yeah, for sure. Well, growing up, okay, in Jamaica.
Are you aware of it at that time or not, or is he just?
As I got older, I did. I was a kid, I did it, but as I was a little bit older, I did. Because all the respect, like everyone showed him and said, "Oh, that's so and so son," you know what I mean? And so he was like one of the main like gang leaders in my area, and he was like the only one that came to the UK and to did what he did, which is not proud of it, but illegal stuff, and to be able to send money back to the community where we came from. And so he was like the main area leader for the gangs, and that's what basically made him for his demise, basically. When he got killed when I was 13 years old in London. And but yeah, he was, like I said, he was a great guy, and he did what he needed to do to provide for me and my mum and my family, you know what I mean? And like coming from hardship, I understand the mentality that you do whatever you have to do for your family. No care what you have to do, you have to provide for your family, and that's the only way he knew, you know what I mean? And that's what he chose to do, and that's what he did.
How much crime did you see? How much was around you? Well, firstly, whilst you were in Jamaica.
In Jamaica, it was a lot. Like I said, looking back now, it's like weird, right? Because like I normalized it as a kid, but it's not normal for a kid to grow up in that environment, right? But it was pretty normal. Gunshots, killings. Like come to a stage in Jamaica at one point, when you hear gunshots as a kid, you don't run no more. You know what I mean? It's like you go behind a wall or something, and then just carry on playing on your bike. You know what I mean? It's like a normal, just staying alive basically. Back then in Jamaica, just became normalized. Killing, death became normalized to me, and at the age of like 10, I could name at least 15, 20 people that's been killed that I've known. You know what I mean? But it's like, is he dead? It's carrying me today. Like, it's like a weird. Like looking back now, it's weird. Like to imagine my son now being like that. I couldn't imagine him being like that. But that's where I came from, and that's my background, and that's just where I was born. So I had no choice over it, and that's it.
Did you ever go back?
I've been back. I took my, that's about 4 or 5 years ago. But I went to a resort. I was in a resort, and But I went back into my area where I came from. My nan still lived there. I got aunties there and stuff, and I went back and visit everyone from the area. My nan actually brought my nan to the UK this year, so I brought her over for the summertime. She was here all summer. It's like her first time ever being on a plane, and like she's like 70s odd, and she's like, this is the first time being on a plane out of Jamaica, and
that must make you feel awfully proud that you can now provide
for sure. And she was like struggling with her hearing for a long time, and I brought her over and I took her to Boots and got her new hearing aids. Like she couldn't hear nothing for like a while. Like I'm talking about over 10, 15 years. She was struggling to hear for hearing, and then for me able to go over there and provide for her and to like get her like a brand new for her ears, and she was like so proud, and it just fills me with joy of what I've achieved in my life, you know what I mean? And I'm just very proud of myself.
Is that the thing that drives you?
Yeah, family and just providing a better life, right? Like, I forget it from my dad, right? Even though he took the wrong path to do it, I'm using the right path to do it. He done the same exact thing, but he just took the wrong way to do it because it's all he knew, you know what I mean? And I think you're only as good as what you knew and what you're around. And
we're products of our environment, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we are.
Exactly, and that's all it was. But he was the same person. He looked after his family. Even though him and my mom wasn't together, but he still brought her to the UK, and brought me to the UK, and brought my brother to the UK, even though they weren't together, you know what I mean? And that's the kind of person that he is, and just wanted a better life for his kid. And even though he was doing what he was doing, he still looked out to, like, if he didn't do that, I'd probably been dead in Jamaica, or, you know what I mean? So, fair play to him.
Obviously, he was in London. You came to Birmingham.
Yeah.
You've just mentioned there that he was shot, he was murdered.
Yeah.
How did you find out?
I was like 13 years old when I found out. I was sleeping in bed, and I was with my mom. And then like we both was in the same room. Like me and my brother and mom was all sleeping in the same room, in the same bed. And I just remember she getting a phone call, and she just started crying. I was like keeping my eyes closed still. And she started crying, like, no, he's not dead, blah, blah, blah. That's how I found out. I was like pretending like I couldn't hear her, basically. I was like kept my eyes shut, like pretending like I was still sleeping, but I could hear her like crying over the phone. And that's how I found out. Yeah.
How does a 13-year-old boy process that? Because at the time you weren't in mixed martial arts. You didn't come to that till you were about 17 years of age. So you had no avenue to channel that anger.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you were angry, and I'm sure that there was a lot of rage there.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you get yourself in trouble?
Yeah. For processing it, it's kind of like I said, death becomes normal to me, like at that age, right? Even just my dad, it was weird because like I didn't even cry, you know what I mean? It's like a mad feeling. I didn't even cry, even though I felt it, I just couldn't cry for some reason. I don't know what it was, and yeah, just like as time go on, just led me into the same path that he was going down, the wrong path, you know what I mean? And like I said, I was a product of my environment. All my friends was heading down the wrong path, and I was like following my friends down the wrong path, and yeah, just like I said, product of environment. Just keep heading down the wrong path until we get another way out, and I'm happy that mixed martial arts gave me that way out.
Before you got there, what type of stuff were you getting involved with? Gang stuff, gang crime? Fighting and various things like that?
Yeah, for sure.
Drug culture?
Yeah. Especially in Birmingham back in the days, was a big gang culture, like Johnson's and Burger Bars, and those are the two main gangs in Birmingham back in the days. And the school I went to was in Aston, which is like the Johnson's area. And so it's either fight or flight, right? Because on the way home from school, you have to see if you're going to fight or you can get robbed daily, you can get bullied daily. And like the first year of school, someone got stabbed in my school. You know what I mean? That's like kind of school I went to. And so yeah, you can't do it just to survive, right? It's like a survival tactic. You use it so you don't get picked on every day, and so you don't get bullied every day. Just adds on from there. You just start hanging around more with your friends on the street and doing silly stuff, and just keep growing from there.
And as you said, obviously with your dad no longer around, you're the man of the house.
Exactly.
You're the breadwinner. You're the guy that's got to provide for your mum and your brother.
Yeah, for sure. And especially like doing what I was doing. I knew that my mum wasn't very happy with it, you know what I mean? But I couldn't see it like another way out because everyone around me is doing the same thing. And you got to think I come from like a family, like all my family is like no one's millionaires in my family, you know what I mean? No, I probably make the most money for like generations in my family. Like anyone in my family, I probably made the most money, you know what I mean? And
do you feel that pressure? Do you feel that pressure that you're the one that could hopefully pave the way and change not just your own life, but the lives of, you've just mentioned your grandma with the hearing aid, your mum, of course, your brother. I know that your brother's got his own career going on at this moment in time, which I'm sure you're proud of.
Yeah, for sure.
But did you feel that pressure even at 13, 14 years of age?
A little bit. I felt it was, like I said, I just didn't know another way out to do it. Because you got to think, from a kid, if you get taught just like crime pays from a kid, you idolize like the drug dealers in your area, you idolize people that like in gang cultures, because that's all you know, right? It says you're always around that, and that's the only way I knew how to do it, is to go down that path. Even though I didn't want to go down that path, but I just didn't know another way how to do it. And so yeah, but as far as pressure goes, I don't really put much pressure on myself for that. I'll do my best, and I'll trust God to handle the rest, and that's all I can do, just do my best. And I think once you start putting too much pressure on yourself, then you start like breaking that mentally, you know what I mean? I just do the best I can, and that's it.
Talk to me then about the gym opening up on your street and your mum
UTC?
Going, come on sunshine, get yourself in there.
It was like a random thing, right? I was like walking after college. I went to college. I was like 17 years old, and
what were you studying?
I was like mechanics or something.
You were doing something manual though, yeah? That's what
it was like mechanics. It's like every kid from school was like, my friends like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm doing mechanics. Okay, cool, I'll do mechanics as well with you, just to go to college, just to keep my mum happy. I'm more doing it for my mum, right? Just to like.
Yeah, of course. You're running the streets, but you're doing that to keep her happy.
Exactly, I'm just keeping her happy. Just go to college, just do something for your life. You know what I mean? And I was in mechanics. And then one day I was walking past on High Street. And I saw it was building like a gym called UTC at the time. And I was walking past. She was like, you should give it a go. I was like, yeah. I'll get, just to like keep her happy, right?
Yeah. She wants you off the street.
Yeah, exactly. She wants to like keep me away from my friends. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll give it a go. And so we went up the stairs, and she said, how much was it a month? And I said £60 a month. That's a lot for a gym back then, even now, you know what I mean? And like, I knew she couldn't afford 60 quid a month to pay for gym membership, you know what I mean? So I was like, nah, I'm alright, I'm good, I don't want to do it. I was like playing it down, but she's like, nah, you can do it. And so yeah, she somehow did it.
Talk to me about that sacrifice then, because I know that now you're a dad.
Yeah.
You will totally understand what that was.
Yeah, for sure.
Because your mum at the time, was she cleaning? What was she doing?
Cleaning job, yeah. Cleaning.
She did a cleaning job, probably working several different types of jobs.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So she worked like 2 or 3 jobs at a time back then, you know what I mean? And so the sacrifice she has to make for her kids, and I think that's what I get my work ethic from, and my sacrifice from my family, because I see what they did for me, you know what I mean? Even though I know that she couldn't afford it, she took on like another job just to pay the membership for me. And so for me to be able now to help her and to give back to her for everything that she's done for me, I am very grateful for it and very proud of myself. And that's what drives me day in, day out, man, to be a world champion. And I know I'll be a world champion.
What does she think of her little boy being on the TV?
Oh, she loves it. It's weird, right? Because she's never been to none of my fights before, so I just can't come watch it.
You can't watch your little boy in the cage. What are you doing?
She watches it on TV all the time, and she loves it. She tells me all the time how proud she is of me, man. And yeah, like I said, our background all came from to be able to like achieve what we were achieving. Me and my brother, it's like an amazing thing for our family, you know what I mean? And I am very proud of that. And she's a great woman, and one day hope to give her the world, and that's what I'm working towards.
You've obviously just signed a new deal with the UFC, and I saw that you put on social media that you've kind of been promised next time you come through the Tyron Woodley fight, you'll be fighting for the title. Yeah,
for sure. So that's in the contract. I told him already that after this fight, I've been a 9-fight win streak, which is the second most now to the current champion, right? So I'll fight for the world title next this year. So after beating Tyron Woodley in March, I'll be a world champion this year.
We spoke to Kamaru actually in December, and the first name off his lips was you. He kind of acknowledged the work that you put in since the first time that you two had fought, and acknowledged that you were most certainly in this division a worthy contender after the work you put in. That must, again, you know, it must make you smile a little bit, because if the champion's saying that.
Yeah, a little bit. And he's improved as well. He's done great things, and before he was just a wrestler, now he can strike a bit, you know what I mean? So fair play to him, but I look forward to getting my revenge. And I was like a young kid then when I first fought, and now I'm mature, my mentality, I'm matured, and technically I've matured, so I'm looking forward to running that one back.
Well, the fans are excited about the main event, obviously, in London against Tyron Woodley. How does this play out? Because you just mentioned there about wrestling from Kamaru's point of view. I mean, Tyron can do that. Tyron can punch. Tyron's an explosive fighter. You've kind of negated all those things over a 9-fight streak.
Exactly, yeah.
But now they're coming together in one guy.
Yeah. There's many ways to beat him, right? He's been knocked out before. He's been out-grappled before. He's been kept long before at range and battered. He's been out last before. So there's many ways I can approach the fight. I'm working with my team to see what's the best way for me to do it, but there's many ways I can approach it, and this is not an impossible task, you know what I mean? Everyone's making it like it's impossible for me to do it, but it's not impossible. He's short, his range is short, he gasses, he's got a good overhand. So that's it. His wrestling is alright. His wrestling offense is good. His defense is not as good. So there's many ways I can beat him. So just by putting them together, and I'll be victorious.
You're looking forward to the cheers this time?
I hope so. Last time I got the booed, so I feel they'll cheer me this time, and I think they know now that I stand out. You know what I mean? That I belong here, and so I feel the hometown will cheer me this time.
Do you feel like there has been a gear shift in the respect towards your name now, especially off the back of maybe the RDA fight?
Yeah, for sure, especially in the UK.
Yeah,
definitely for sure. It's weird in the UK, right? Like they can't support more than one athlete at a time. It's like a weird thing. Like you can still support all of us at the same time. But yeah, I definitely felt the shift. Social media and like against my peers and stuff. So yeah. I felt the shift slowly, yeah. But just everything new anyway, from a while ago. Just now they're catching up, so good.
We wish you well, man.
Thank you, brother. Good man.